Hello, and
Welcome.
welcome to
Alternate fucking
Casuals.
What makes you
Fucking
casual?
What you know.
fucking
Shall we begin?
Let's do it.
All right. Ultimate fucking casuals. We're back, bitch. Up in your ears. My fellow casuals, Nathan, Isaac, how are we doing this fine Sunday?
Dude, super hyped. I mean, I'm still excited from what we saw.
Yeah, just still buzzing off that 320 event we just watched. I mean, absolutely lived up to expectations.
Just some news really quick before we get to that. That's the main part of what we're talking about today. So there's this show on Netflix. It's called Physical 100? Is that what Nathan, that was the poster?
Yes.
Yeah, Physical 100 is doing an Asia feature, which is going to include Robert Whittaker, Superbone. He's one of the ONE FC champs. Manny Pacquiao, fucking of course. Ank Orgil Batarhu, a ONE FC MMA guy, and Kana Watanabe from PFL, an MMA chick. There are others that are going to be featured on here. Those are just the names that I recognized. GFL with a post saying they're going to be back in 2026. Is that correct? Is that did I read that correctly?
Yeah, it's they made that post like recently, and it was like some type of cryptic message, but they're apparently working on things at the moment, and I guess have plans for 2026. But I mean, we saw how their previous plans went down, so definitely take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I really don't even know why they're even bothering. They burned up all their goodwill in this first run, and not really with the fans because we never believed it, but with all the fighters that signed and like made plans to be involved with this thing. Like, I don't know what they're doing. I'm still under the impression that this is some kind of like tax write-off scheme. It's like someone's got an offshoring account they're trying to cover for, and they're putting the GFL logo over it. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I don't believe this is going to turn out to be anything meaningful. Not much to say beyond that. I'll see.
Maybe
I'll
more
believe it when I
memes.
see it.
We'll get memes from it, but that's about it, I guess.
Hey, I guess Patchy Mix needs a new home.
Yeah.
So into our reviews. Dana White's Contender Series on September 30th. This is Tuesday, as usual. This was week 8. There was a catch weight on this one. That was kind of weird. But if you're not watching, you're missing out on the UFC prospects of tomorrow. So it's a good time to catch some MMA on a Tuesday. Friday, October 3rd. One Friday Fights 127. Doesn't matter who's on it. If you're not watching, you're missing quality action. Moving to PFL Champion Series on ESPN Unlimited. What the hell is that? Still don't know. I only caught the top 2 on this one, but Sergio Pettis got a big stoppage over Magomedov.
He did it again. He did this back in 2021. He was losing a fight like he was starting to lose a fight. This happened in the Kyoji Horiguchi fight back in 2021. He got the spinning elbow, like a knockout, won him the fight, and then he does it again against Magomedov, which is one of Khabib's dudes. And just knocked him out with the elbow, and then some, one more punch and this GIF has like gone pretty viral. I mean, Magomed was like pretty much completely out, but he like lifts his head like, somewhat still conscious, and Pettis just gives him one more like strong right hand and completely puts him out. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Dropped a meteor on him, and that was right in front of Habib in his corner because he was actually primarily coaching Magomedov in this fight. I mean, you can just see on his face, like he sees it's coming. He's like, "Fuck, it's over."
Yeah.
So that was for all the Dagestani haters out there. That was a moment of catharsis.
Yeah.
Corey Anderson gets the UD over Dovlet Yagshimuradov to claim a title. And
I honestly don't have much to say about that one.
I didn't either.
It was
Not
a
much
fight that happened.
Yeah, not much happened.
Sloppy. I can say that much. And Usman Nurmagomedov gets the wide question mark UD over Paul Hughes. Isaac,
We have a new. Or go ahead, Isaac.
yeah.
All right, yeah. All right, so I'd have to say this because, like, I can see a 48-47 card for Paul Hughes like pretty easily. I didn't feel like that was controversial. I personally had it 48-47 for Usman. I believe like the first round I had for Usman, Paul Hughes had some momentum going on, but then Usman picked it back up. I believe in the fourth and the fifth. I want to say were the rounds. So I had 3-2 to Usman. But dude, this ref, 50-45 for Usman is an impossible card. There was no like I have no choice but to believe that this judge was either paid off or they have his family at gunpoint or something. They have something over him because there's just no like the biggest Usman's mother wouldn't even be able to score that 50-45 to Usman. Like there's no way you can do that. And then there was another card that was like I believe 49-46 Usman.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's not as bad as 50-45, but it's still like a pretty bad card. I mean, yeah, 48-47 is either way is, it was somewhat clear. Like it was like 3-2 either way. But I did have it for Usman. And then after the fight, Usman tries to say that, yeah, he won every round. He thought one of the rounds was even 10-8. He was saying something about it being 50-44. Like I mean, I didn't really care too much about this fight, but like now after what I've heard in the aftermath of this fight, I'm just gonna have to become an Usman hater now. I hope whenever he moves on for the PFL or like comes over to the UFC, I'm hoping someone can knock him out or something like that.
Yeah, and for our boxing fans listening, just to give you an idea of how bad this card was, it was worse than 118-110 Canelo. It's worse than that. Like there is no feasible way that this card or this fight could have been scored like that. Like a 50-45 is preposterous.
No way it was a sweep. By no stretch of the imagination was it a sweep.
Yeah. And I thought it was like pretty clear rounds as well. Which is like, I mean, I thought, we were going to get, perhaps a split decision. But I was like, okay, I feel pretty confident. It was a close fight, 48-47 Usman. The rounds, felt sort of clear. I think there was like one or two rounds that could have gone either way. But it was close regardless. I was like, at least these cards aren't going to be controversial. And then the first card, literally the first card that's read out, 50-45, Usman Nurmagomedov. I hear 50, like, even before they say Usman, like, and I hear 50-45, I'm like, damn, bruh. Like, this is going to go in a bad direction. Like, I think you can even see it on the broadcast. Like, he reads out 50-45. And even before saying Usman Nurmagomedov, like, Paul Hughes is already shaking his head.
Yeah.
Because he knows, like, he knows they're not going to score for him, like, after reading that first card.
He was never going to win.
Yeah. I mean, just atrocious. Like, I don't know who it was. They should never be allowed to judge a fight ever again. Ever again.
Man, the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai, stinking it out.
Yeah, yeah. The first fight also as well. The first fight between them was definitely better than this one. I thought Paul Hughes did like a little bit better in that first fight. Um, but I mean, yeah, I'm assuming we're gonna see. I mean, I don't know who's gonna go first, but I mean, we were even talking about it before this, how they're probably both gonna end up in the UFC at some point. But yeah, I mean, I think we'll.
Probably.
Do you think there's potential we get a trilogy in the UFC between them
I would imagine
Oh, yeah.
that they do. They do a double or a triple in UFC.
with competent judging, hopefully in neutral territory?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I definitely hope they move over because they're 27 and 28 respectively. I mean, they're still just a year or two away from officially being in their prime. Like, so the UFC hopefully they grab these two guys. I mean, lightweight's already stacked. You had two more guys, hopefully, that are able to translate their skills. I know they've Bellator and has had a terrible run of doing that, but these are two guys that genuinely pass the eye test. Like their skills are real, and so I just hope their best moments come on UFC at Paramount. Right? They deserve a better stage than what they're on.
Yeah. I mean, considering the UFC just signed this massive deal, like I'm assuming, and like we've actually seen evidence of this even now already. How like I'm gonna assume that they're gonna continue to sign, you know, some top competition from other organizations. I mean, we've already seen it. I believe we announced like the LFA heavyweight champion being signed over.
Yep.
They obviously signed a few fighters from PFL already. I think that's something we'll continue to see, considering that the UFC now has more money to work with. They've separated themselves even further as the number one MMA organization. So hopefully they at least sign more competition just to keep up.
It feels like it's just a matter of time before
Yeah.
Usman and or Paul Hughes ends up on UFC.
Yeah, I mean it pretty much is like the diet version of Khabib versus Conor.
Yeah, the Dagestan versus Ireland rivalry
Yeah.
by proxy.
Yeah, I know that Khabib is a way better wrestler, but how awesome would it have been if McGregor was able to stop the takedowns like Paul Hughes is on Usman, excuse me, and they were able to have two different fights. Like, just a better timeline we could have had, but we get to live out through these two instead.
Anything more for PFL Champion Series?
Yeah, all I can say is hopefully we get to see him in the UFC, and maybe, just maybe in the future, we get another rematch between them.
Yeah, one that's on even footing. All right, moving to really quickly, one Fight Night 36. Honestly, the only one I watched was the main event. That was Jonathan DeBella consolidating the kickboxing title with Prajanchai. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Jonathan DeBella. This is a statement for the boxing purists that are among the listener base. Is Jonathan DeBella's boxing is good enough for boxing. This isn't like, it's not like he's good for kickboxing or he's got good striking for Muay Thai or MMA. No, he is a fundamentally sound boxer, and that shit was on just displayed beautifully against Prajanchai. He had some sloppy moments. He got a little carried away at times, but can't say most boxers have similar situations where they do stuff like that. But Jonathan DeBella earned every round. Solid fight. I highly recommend checking it out. But UFC 320. That's why we're fucking here, baby. Shall we start from the bottom up? Veronica Hardy, UD over Brogan Walker. The fuck kind of name is Brogan? Ramis Brocky Mai. He comes from one of the places where Jays are wise, but he submits Austin Vanderford in the second. This one I was really impressed with. Farid Basharat, UD over Chris Gutierrez. He was excellent. I'm really excited to see more of him. Yana Santos, UD over Macy Casson. What was it? Macy came in overweight, and so Yana wanted to get her up.
Yeah, there was missed weight here.
Ooh, this one was a little sloppy. Punahele Soriano gets the UD over Nikolai Veretennikov.
Yeah, this one, like you said, was definitely sloppy.
Yeah. That was the early prelims. Moving up into the prelim portion, Edmund Shabazian stops Andre Muniz in the first.
This was good. This was real good by Shabazian. This is normally how his fights end up going. It just happened. Like, the fight will be over pretty quickly. But yeah, he got it this time. Some very nice ground and pound on Muniz. I believe it was some elbows he was landing on Muniz, and the ground and pound was just too much. But yeah, a very good turnout. Muniz he's not like a complete can. This is a good win for Shabazian to have.
Oh, I thought this was in the early prelims, but turns out it was here. Patchy Mix, you dumb fuck. You dropped the ball against unpictured Jakub Wiesłack.
This was a absolutely disastrous result. Like, you could not have picked a worse split decision loss to the creator of the white race over here, Mr. Jakub. I mean, this is bad. I mean, this is like new levels of just suck that the Bellator's brought over to the or to the UFC, excuse me. And like, genuinely, where do you go from here? Like, he's only had 2 fights in the UFC, but you're losing on like the undercard of the biggest pay-per-view of the year, or maybe the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. Like, what are you supposed to do with him now? Like, this guy's got nothing.
In the bin. That was my reaction.
Yeah.
My immediate reaction. Patchy Mix in the bin.
You know what's crazy? Like, even if you would have gotten the win here, it still would have been really bad. Like, because it was like a very sloppy performance. His eye was like, what was it? His like right eye was practically shut.
Yeah, it was swollen up.
Yeah, and it was just, I mean, we were joking about it before, like the last time we were here, talking about how this was, they put him down in the prelims. They're basically telling him, like, you need to get something here, a good win, show us that you can hang here. And I mean, just did not go his way. He couldn't really get anything going. He was trying to get some grappling going. I thought for a second maybe we're gonna get, a submission here from Patchy. His ground game is pretty good, but I mean, just the seconds kept ticking by, and nothing kept showing up. Jakub kept, lighting him up top, and dude, I mean, he lost. I mean, I really do not know, if he's. I mean, are we looking at potentially being cut from the UFC this early on?
That's what I said immediately after that. Like, he's in the bin, cut him. GFL, see you in 2026. Patchy Mix, you're going to be the poster child.
I mean, this is for his own good. If we let this poor guy keep fighting, he's going to keep embarrassing himself on even bigger stages. So, like, we just got to put him out to pasture. It's a mercy kill at this point.
Couldn't beat Jakub. Patchy. What is up, dude? What is up?
Yeah. This is bad, real bad. I gotta say, like, is this still like good for the UFC though? Just because like they brought over these fighters from like PFL, Bellator, and like they were like, if they do well, then we have new stars or like new people we can back, new faces in the division. But if they do bad, then we can just say that the UFC is on a different level. Like this really is the best promotion. Do you think that's the way they like thought it through?
Yes, 100%.
Because like I mean, these people, and like Patchy Mix, he's definitely like a few years ago, Patchy Mix was like one of these guys that people were saying like one of the best bantamweights like in the world, and like he's definitely like way past it now. Like he looks nothing like what he like used to look like. But dude, it's just he's decayed to a level that he can't even beat. I mean, people outside of the rankings. I mean, it's just I mean, if he can't beat Yakub, I mean, then what are we really doing here? Is he just gonna be fighting unranked contenders?
This was Yakub's first fight in UFC. This guy got signed out of nowhere.
Bruh. They literally signed him to lose, and Patchy Mix still lost.
And he still managed to
Like,
fuck
come on.
it up. Excellent.
Come on, I mean, it's a terrible sign. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, if you want to keep fighting, I mean, I guess just keep collecting like your paychecks. But I mean, don't. I mean, there's not going to be a title run at any point. Any like hopes of that are just disintegrated.
I do want to take a moment, and I do want to give Yakub his flowers, because this was the Bellator champion before Bellator folded. This was the champion, and Yakub came in here and beat his ass. It was competitive, yes, but doesn't whatever. The result is the result. Yakub won, so I think this is a good find, diamond in the rough for UFC. Like I think they got somebody that they could put a little bit of promotional backing behind, and it won't be misplaced.
Yeah, I mean, he'll progress. He'll progress for sure. I mean, he's got a win over, a champion of another organization. So yeah, Yakub definitely impressed.
Yeah,
But
good for him.
But yeah,
Daniel Santos stops Jusang Yu. Jusang dancing around a little bit too much showboating.
yeah. Was it like a left hook? I guess he was against the cage, and he just like fell down sideways, little plank. Yeah, doing slightly too much.
Yeah, messing around a little bit too much. Still, for the one round, he was pretty impressive. I think in the chat they were talking about him being like the Korean Connor. The way that he kind of showboats a little bit.
Jusang?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Well,
For the first round,
Yeah,
he
I mean,
was looking pretty solid, but
yeah, just gotta be a little bit more careful, man. It's
right.
People got power.
Moving up, Teba Gautier stops Treston Vines in the first. Treston came in on pretty short notice, so this is kind of what you'd hope Gautier would do. Just blast him out.
Well, if I'm remembering, this Vines guy literally ran away
Yes.
from Gautier the whole fight, right?
Yeah, he did.
Like, this was a tremendous mismatch, right?
Yeah,
Had to be.
yeah. I mean, even before, I forget who was scheduled before this. I mean, because this is a super late replacement, if I remember correctly.
It is.
But yeah, he was a massive favorite. I'm pretty sure like the odds for Gautier by knockout in the first round, even those were like, I mean, the odds were, they were not good to bet on.
High
Let's just say that.
negatives.
Like it was, yeah, high negatives. Yeah, this knockout, Was it even like really a knockout? I mean, I guess it was stopped, but sort of
TKO.
like a weird. Yeah,
It was weird. Yeah.
yeah. I don't blame it too much on Atemba though, just because I mean it was like super late notice. You know, he did what
Preston
he needed
didn't
to
want
do,
to
but
engage. There's only so much you can do.
yeah, they're at the point now though where they've been, giving, I don't want to say like cans or like bodies to Gautier, but they might want to start like increasing the level of his opposition at this point. Like I think he's gotten a few rounds in. I guess not full rounds, but he's gotten a few fights in to build some experience, and I think he's ready for that next level at least.
Yeah, he's got to be.
I mean, middleweight's not exactly stacked to high heaven right now. Like, just get him in there against a ranked guy. Like, let's quit playing around here.
Speaking of middleweight, in the main portion, Gautier rounded out the prelims. In the main portion, Joe Pyfer submits Abus Magomedov in the second. Of all the endings, this was not the one that I was expecting.
Yeah, if I was a betting man, Pyfer would have lost me all my money because you could not have convinced me that if he was going to win this fight, it was going to be by submission.
Yeah, no.
Like I would have taken Pyfer knockout any other, like every day of the week, I'd take Pyfer by knockout.
This was such a weird fight because in the first round, like Pyfer goes to wrestle and he tries to like wrangle Abus down to the ground and ends up like in guard. Magomed gets like 4 minutes of control time. And then like whenever Pyfer gets back up, he tries to throw another takedown and ends up failing there again. Like the first round just did not go Pyfer's way. But then like I don't know I don't remember hearing what they told him in between rounds. But in the second round, man, Pyfer comes out there just swinging and he lands on Abus, and I mean he hurts him pretty bad. And then it was nice to see the adjustment. That I feel like that's something you need to start seeing at this level is like fighters are able to change up the game plan at least midway, even if things aren't going their way. But yeah, dude, Pyfer, his power is pretty crazy. This is a good win from Abus. Abus has some nice wins as well, so this is a good performance for Pyfer.
And maybe even a bit of evolution to his game, right? Like he's not just big knockout guy. He's capable of doing other stuff. Offensively wrestling, chasing a submission. That's like real improvement for him. That bodes really well for him going forward.
Yeah, and that's the thing with that gym. He has Sean Brady as a training partner down from welterweight, who's like this super experienced wrestler. Like I think they even said Pyfer has his black belt in grappling.
Yeah,
If I remember correctly. I
black
mean,
belt.
he has skill. I mean, I'm glad we were able to see some of that more well-roundedness here. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see who they match him up with next. Because I mean, this is a pretty good one to have, and I mean, is he ranked?
No, not at the moment.
See it. Oh wait, no. Abus was ranked. Abus was ranked 14th, so Pyfer will be in the top 15 come Tuesday. So now you're like in that potentially, that 10 to 15 range. You can match someone against Pyfer. 10, 15, maybe like 8 to 10, somewhere around there. His next matchup should be pretty good.
Yeah, hopefully he starts getting somebody who can hang a little better, like who knows how to negate the power a little bit and turn it into like make it a more well-rounded fight. Moving up, Yusuf Zalal submits Josh Emmett in the first. Render unto Caesar, gentlemen. I called Zalal.
Dude.
You sure did. I mean, that wasn't even close. He locked in that armbar quick, and he didn't even have to get it fully extended. Like Emmett knew his arm was
Compromised.
gonna get snapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'm out. Really, really impressive. Really impressive. Emmett's not a perennial contender, but like we know how dangerous he is on the feet. Like genuine all-time great knockout power for that division. I mean, this is really big stuff. I mean, that was impressive. That was really impressive from Zalal. I want to see what I have to pay attention now. Like, you can't not pay attention to that.
Yeah. If you beat Josh Emmett, you've got something going on. And we had seen it before, but you obviously need to get these type of wins to back up what you're saying. So yeah, I think they might even move him up pretty quickly, because I mean, like, Yair Rodriguez was not able to do that to Josh Emmett. I mean, this was just complete domination. Yeah, I'm actually curious to see who they match up with next. Because Zalal, he's definitely one of those names to watch out for now.
They came into the fight 9th and 8th at featherweight. Who did Zalal? He called for Lerone Murphy, and obviously Murphy is busy at the moment. So yeah, like, what are his options? What we're looking at: number 1, Evloev. 2 and 3 are Lopez and Rodriguez, who probably going to be fighting each other.
Yeah.
Lerone
Lopez
Murphy at
Rodriguez.
4th, Aljamain Sterling at 5th, Arnold Allen, Brian Ortega.
You know what? Zalal has options here, because between Musfar and Murphy, one of them is going to be fighting Volk.
Right.
So that means one of them is not going to be fighting Volk. So you could potentially match them up with Zalal, or Aljamain just fought Brian Ortega not that long ago. So the timing would line up nicely if Zalal wants to fight Aljo as well. Arnold Allen is also there, although potentially the timing, maybe doesn't work out there, since Allen, I would assume, should be fighting, somewhat soon. I don't know if the timing will align with Zalal, but Zalal has options, towards the top of this division, but it definitely should be one of those names after that type of performance.
Arnold Allen needs a fight.
Oh yeah, like any
Arnold-
of these fights I would 100% be down to see.
That would be really impressive if he stepped up and beat Allen right after Emmett. That would be really impressive.
He's doing it like Lerone Murphy did. You quietly climb the ranks, and you beat the next guy in front of you, rather than sitting around and waiting, hoping that you get a title shot for some magical reason. Make yourself undeniable. I think that's a quote from the great Isaac. Make yourself undeniable.
Yeah, dude, could you imagine if he goes out there and, like, just in one round just submits Allen or something like that?
Smokes Arnold Allen.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about, now Zalal may deserve the next type of shot if he does that.
Oh, speaking of smoking, Yuri Proska versus Khalil Roundtree. Holy shit. I was backing Roundtree on this one, man. So, like, whatever goodwill that I earned from picking Zalal, lost it here. Proska just beat his ass, waited him out.
Can I just say, first of all, like, crazy fight, and a third round of this fight, maybe round of the year. We have to sort of let time go by just to avoid recency bias. But man, this third round of this fight it just so insane. So insane. I mean, Khalil in the first 2 rounds was seemingly like just teeing off on Yuri. Yuri, he looked sort of weird, like his footwork was off. I don't know if he had a leg injury going into this or what, but he didn't really look like, like he normally does. But I mean, he drops those first 2 rounds. Khalil was touching him up a little bit. In some of those points, even Yuri was stunned. Even he was getting hit to the body. His body was red. And getting hit up top. And then, everyone said it as soon as the second round ended. Like, I believe Nathan was there, Leo was there, a few others. Like, almost as soon as the second round ended, we were saying it's 2-0 Khalil. Yuri needs a KO. And I mentioned, let's see if Yuri's plot armor, because we've seen him do it before, Alexander Rakic, that the same type of thing occurred where Yuri was down going into the third round. Let's see if the plot armor, Yuri's plot armor can clutch. And man, the third round starts and Yuri just comes out, straight up brawling. I mean, he knew he couldn't outstrike Khalil when it came to like a technical striking match, so he just starts like throwing from like all types of different angles, and man, he starts, a few shots slip through. You see Khalil get hit, but he takes him well. He's got a good chin. Slowly they start accumulating though, and Khalil, all of a sudden starts getting stunned a little bit more and more. And on one of those, Khalil gets hit and he falls down, man, and Yuri gets it done. It's a wild thing, man. Yuri might be the most unorthodox striker I've ever seen in the UFC. It's just, I mean, the way he throws punches, the angles where they come from, it is insane. And he gets it done, man, by knockout in the third round. But he needed a knockout and he got it.
Forgive me for being a little melodramatic, but there is something a little mythical about a guy like Yuri Prochazka. Like, he embodies like what you think when you think of like Bruce Lee in martial arts, right? It's like focus and like centering your inner self and just winning at all costs, right? There's like a literal aura to it. And I mean, that's what this guy embodies, right? Like, throw everything out the window. It's not the guy it's not like he's unskilled. It's not like he's making it up as he goes. He knows what he's doing, even though it looks very unorthodox. But like, seriously, an Iron Chin, the fight IQ, like he knew I need a knockout, right? And he responded appropriately. You could see even like when he was eating shots from Khalil, he's rolling with punches to mitigate the damage. He's doing things to put himself in position where like, yeah, if I eat a shot here, there's no follow-ups coming my way. So you see that intelligence shine through, but it's that warrior spirit, like, and that is, as cheesy as that is to say, that's the only way you can describe it. Like, this doesn't happen for everyone. A guy fights sloppy versus a technical striker that's got knockout power. Typically they get knocked out, right? They don't make comebacks like this, but Yuri's the one guy who, like, he's got the heart and the will to make it happen. And outside of fighting Alex Pereira, the guy's like not lost a fight in like 9 or 10 years or something like that. Like, he just keeps winning. Like, this is not a fluke anymore. Or maybe it never was, but I mean, this is who Yuri Prochazka is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we've just got to start assuming that, like, with Yuri Prochazka, rounds just do not matter until that final bell rings. Like, there's no such thing as, it's over when it comes to Yuri Prochazka. There's no such thing. Like, he is just so chaotic that if he needs to turn it up, I mean, he can find that gear. And I mean, like you said, Nathan, he's got that warrior spirit. He knows, I don't speak Czech, whatever language they were speaking in the corner. I don't know if it was English or what, but I mean, I'm assuming they told him that he needed a finish, and I mean, you could tell he came out in that third round with a different type of energy, and I mean, he got it. I mean, he went out there and just started doing what he did. I mean, he fought completely different in the third round. I mean, this was also, it had to do with Khalil, being a little bit more tired in the third round, starting to gasp. But I mean, it's just Yuri Prochazka. He's a beast, man. He's a beast.
Yeah, and he has a mentality, like you're saying, like rounds don't count. Like, he's not in there to win rounds. He's there to like win or die. And so when it happens, that's more of an effect of like either he's run out of time and he has to go, or it just takes him that long to figure out, okay, this is what I have to do to win. But he's not there to like, I'm going to win these 2 rounds. I'm going to make sure I get on the plus side of the decision. He's like, no, I'm trying to duel you to the death, buddy.
The way that I was thinking about it was he fights his fights as if they're not using the 10-point must. And they're judging the fight as a whole. And we're coming into the end of the second round, and they tell him in the corner, like, you're losing the fight. And whatever, and he, warrior spirit, the way that you guys were putting it, he finds the next gear and turns it up and wins.
Yeah, literally just like the Lord of Chaos in the UFC. Like it's insane to watch him fight, and you could tell like in that third round, like in the first few seconds, he came out with full intention of stopping that fight, stopping Roundtree in the third round. Uh, yeah, I mean, just tremendous, man. Yuri's a special fighter because like Khalil's not bad. He's a very good fighter. He has a chin, good like technical striking, strong base in Muay Thai. But I mean, just that third round, Yuri was just pouring it on. It was just too much.
Oof. Anything more for Yuri Proska?
Yeah, it was some dude, tremendous fight. That third round, insane. Also, props to Khalil. Dude, he was close. He was close. All he had to do was really survive that last round, and he would have won, even if he would have lost that round. Uh, but yeah, I mean, just brutal.
Oh, speaking of brutal, question mark. Merab Dvalishvili beats Corey Sandhagen by UD. Was that wasn't the same sort of domination that we saw against Umar Nurmagomedov, right? Sandhagen was losing, yes, but he was in it. I don't know, am I misreading this?
I think he was in it until the moment in the second round where Marab really hurt him, and maybe with a different judge, may have even stopped him there. He did rally later in the fight, but it felt like ever since that moment in the second round, it felt like the outcome was in hand and we just had to watch it play out. Like Rob just had everything going in his favor, right? This is someone who he's not just a cardio beast. He's not just a great chain wrestler. He's not just a great submission threat, but he's also a great striker now. Like he's beating what should be the better striker in his own area. You know, Sandhagen, he gave his best effort. You know, he's fighting against a generational talent and he comported himself well, but like, I mean, Marab keeps getting better. I'm kind of scared that, like, is he like the worst nightmare matchup, like pound for pound, we've ever seen? Has there ever been a guy that's been this good at this many things?
It's like, a few years ago, his striking was definitely not like this. Like, he's now improved his striking to a level. And this is honestly somewhat similar to like what Islam did, where we knew their wrestling and grappling was strong, but now they've added striking on top of that. Plus, you added the caveat that he just does not get tired. Like, you're going to be fighting the same fighter that you fought in round one all the way through. Like, it is a daunting task. Like, I mean, being matched up against Murad, because you know what you're gonna be seeing. Like, he's got very strong wrestling. He's gonna be throwing takedown attempts. In this fight, he threw 37 total takedown attempts versus Sandhagen, landed 20 of them. I mean, that alone is intense. I mean, he was ragdolling Sandhagen some of those rounds. But now his striking is to a point where, like, his striking alone is also elite. I mean, he was outstriking Sandhagen in some of those exchanges. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers here. He landed 243 total strikes. Sandhagen landed 149. I mean,
wild.
Yeah, I mean, he outstruck him. And like, you can say, him throwing the takedowns obviously helps with that. And yes, of course. But there was moments, in the pure stand-up, Marab was outstriking him. And I mean, he hurt him bad, like real bad in the second round. Like Nathan said, like another ref would have absolutely stopped that fight. There's a few refs that would have stopped that fight. But it was allowed to continue. And, obviously Corey started coming back. He had moments in the fight. He had moments where, like, he would land, somewhat big up top. But there was never really a moment where the fight was out of Marab's control. And it's just, man, until I see him lose, I don't know if I can pick against him. It's just gotten to that point, like, or until I see him visibly start to slow down, like due to age or something like that. I mean, how can you pick against them? I mentioned this like right after the fight, or it might have even been during the fight. But like, is this, from what, because you guys both watch boxing and MMA, does Marab have the best cardio in combat sports history?
Arguably, yes.
Because I mean, you look at round five and then look back at round one, it's the exact same fighter, the same pace. So, I mean, sometimes he even turns it up even more. He's still throwing strikes at the same speed, takedowns, still ragdolling people. Like you're fighting the exact same fighter that you fought on round one. Like that is just, I mean, you look across the octagon in the fifth round. Like you're super gassed. You're getting hit up top. He's throwing you around like a sack of potatoes, and then on top of that, you look over, and he's not even breathing hard, man. He's not even sweating really. Like that in itself is just mentally defeating.
I really don't understand how you beat this guy. Like, aside from like, athletic degradation, right? Father Time's undefeated, but stylistically, you would think the only way you could beat a guy like this is one punch knockout, or you'd have to have like an absurd wrestling advantage, like the Dagestanis have had. Well, he's fought and beat Sean O'Malley twice. He's your theoretical one punch knockout guy, and then he's already beaten Umar, right? And Umar probably has the best skill set capable of beating Merab, but there's no reason to think that Merab won't improve on what he did to Umar last time around. And I mean, I remember back when Kamaru Usman was making his initial rise, and he was one of the first guys you could look at and say, this guy is truly good all around, right? Great wrestler. He developed like an actually good striking game. And he was like, you could watch him and see, this is the model going forward. You have to be sort of good at everything to some degree to win in MMA going forward. You can't just be a specialist. But with Merab, he's like the first fighter that's genuinely great at everything. Like you could, in any phase of the fight, he's bringing a very high level skill set at you. And like Isaac said, he doesn't get tired. Like there are no holes. So like you have to catch him on like not a freak punch, but you have, one punch you catch him and you hope you knock him out, or you hope he somehow falls into a submission like a guillotine or something. That's the only way this guy's ever going to lose. Sans, Father Time taking his gifts away from him.
Sandhagen did have
Yeah.
one shot that he landed, and he did buzz. I think it was in the fourth round, where he did clock Merab really well, but Merab also very intelligently kept himself out of the fray as he recovered. Like, and I think he ended up holding him on the ground, like control time, to finish the round. So like,
Yeah.
the dude knows how to control himself, even in like dangerous situations.
Yeah. I feel like if we're talking about like this version of Marab, like, prime Marab, not like, aging or like 38-year-old Marab, like this version of Marab, it's going to have to be one shot knockout and he's done. Like that's the only way I can really see it like happening. And Marab even said, like, I believe in the post-fight interview, like, I mean, he's super humble as well, is what it seems like, because he even said it himself, like, he's not unbeatable. Like, all it takes is one mistake, one shot, and, he could lose. I mean, he's right.
I'm like
Anyone
a man
can
like
lose.
any other, he said.
Yeah, anyone can lose. I mean, it's just someone needs to find that shot. It's just, it happens to be that his striking has now gotten to a point where it is hard to land on him. So, I mean, it's a tall task. I mean, I think he's probably, he's on a 14 fight win streak at the moment. I mean, I feel like he has a pretty strong case for the best bantamweight in UFC history at this point, because his resume is also pretty insane. Like he's not like those 14 fights, like a large portion of them are against good names. And another thing they said, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, okay. Another thing they said was this year alone, he's had 3 title defenses, and he said he wants to do another one before the year is up. I mean, he's also
Unreal.
putting in a very, very strong case for himself to be fighter of the year. If he defends, I mean, honestly, three defenses in 1 year is insane. And like, I mean, he's been fighting very good fighters. But if he does a fourth, I believe. I mean, there's no one close to him as far as like fighter of the year goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it a step further. If it looks like he'll maybe fight Piotr Jan. That would probably be a rematch, but that would be his likely opponent if he fought in December. It's less so the name, but the idea that a UFC champion in modern day is going to fight 4 times in 1 year, like, he's better than DJ at that point, right? Like, there is no other accomplishment for him in this sport if he manages that, because that's not just beating quality opposition. That's like durability, longevity. Like, it's really the only other mountain he has to climb. Like, outside of maybe Pantoja could step up a division, but he's fighting a guy smaller than him. Like, that doesn't even really, like,
Yeah.
if he wins that doesn't move the needle. The same as, like, if he defends the belt a 4th time, like, no one's ever going to do that again. We may never see that again. Like, that's truly a one-of-one moment.
Yeah. Considering like how like wearing this sport is on the body, like injuries always arise, but I mean, dude, he's just gotten better. Like, even just in this year. And like, I mean, you go through the names of who he's fought this year. At the very beginning, and back in January, he fought Umar. Then in June, he fights O'Malley. He just fought Sandhagen. You add Yan on top of that. That's 4 like elite opponents that he has beaten in 1 year. I mean, it is unreal. He has a very strong case for bantamweight, like, or the best bantamweight in UFC history. I'm wondering, like, does this move him? I mean, let me actually check, because we were talking about pound for pound fighter.
Right now, he's number 3.
Yeah, right now he's number 3. The only ones above him right now are Islam and Ilya.
I mean, for company reasons, they're not going to move Topuria and Islam from their rankings, especially if Islam wins, because they want to promote that as a true pound for pound fight. But if Merab won, like, he should deserve it. He should be pound for pound number 1. I mean, if we take pound for pound in the truest sense, like, irrespective of weight classes, whose skills match up the best, it's Merab. He's good at he's great at everything. He's great at everything. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm so thankful that we're living in the era where we get to watch it. And on top of that, he's also like a generally good guy. Like, he's not a piece of shit. He's humble. Yeah. He's what a champ should be. Like there's nothing to hate here. Like, it's just all good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, realistically, the only way that I could see himself, like, even being challenged, I mean, because it's not going to be in the bantamweight division. There is no one in this bantamweight division. Like, what, I mean, Mario Batista? Come on, bro. Let's be real. Song Yadong, I mean, they're all losing to Merab. Like, I feel like really the only way to challenge him is if he moves up to featherweight. Like, we have to now add, that disadvantage in weight to equalize it somewhat, where now each punch is more consequential. Like, that's what we'd have to do to sort of balance the scales here, because I mean, he is too strong in this weight class at 135. I mean, that's really the only way I could see him losing at this point.
I just had this realization. What if they did, after Merab fights, if Merab fights again this year and Volk fights Murphy at the end of the year, what if they did Merab versus Volk and Merab won that? Like, holy shit.
Pound for pound number 1. Now we're talking about potentially top 5, top 10 fighters ever. Like, that's more of the conversation we're having at that point, because Volkanovski himself is like one of the best fighters we've ever seen. So, like, I mean, if Merab did that, that's outrageous.
And I mean, how tall is Merab? 5. He's the same height as Volk. Like, Volk's built like a boulder, but like he, like, that fight's feasible. Like, he's not weight bullying him. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. And I'm a
That would
Volk fan.
be
I'm kind of scared for him in that. I'm scared for Volk a little bit if that fight were to happen.
yeah. I mean, one of the things that like let's say that fight happens. One of the things I would be very interested to see is how would the wrestling exchanges go? Because we know Volkanovski is strong. We saw him wrestling with Islam, who is a much bigger opponent. And he was like, not only was he hanging in there, but he was dishing some of it back out towards Islam. I mean, we saw how that first fight went against Islam that Volkanovski had. It was a very close fight, very competitive fight. So that'd be like one of the bigger questions I would have if that fight was made is how are the wrestling exchanges going to look like, at 145 against someone like Volkanovski. Yeah, I mean, that is very intriguing. I mean, we'll see what the UFC plan for him because, like, dude, there is not. He's killed the top part of this bantamweight division. There's really not much left. So, yeah, let's just see what they do with him.
When we did the Who Will Be Champ, sort of filler, when it came to bantamweight, like we had to remove Merab from the equation because there's just who is there in the top 10 that he hasn't already beaten, if not beaten twice. There's really nobody left.
Yeah, I mean he's lapping. I mean he's already beat Piotr. I mean if you think about it, like the matchup that we're talking about at the end of this year is Piotr Jan. That's his rematch. He's already beat Piotr Jan and he dominated Jan. I mean there was something like 40-something takedowns in that fight. He was ragdolling Jan. It was not a close fight, and we're talking about a rematch. I mean he's the only one in the top 5 he hasn't fought is Song Yadong, but I mean I like Song. I mean I've been a fan of his for some time now. I'm keeping up 100 here. Yeah, Merab completely dominates, if not like submits Song Yadong. Like it would not be close. There's not a single name in this top 15 that would even like think has a chance against Merab.
Yep, looking at the top 15, I don't see anybody.
Yeah, dude, he's a special fighter, generational fighter. Not just special, generational.
Anything more for Merab? Because we still got the main event. All right. Alex Pereira stops Magomed Ankalaev in the first.
I don't think the fans have ever been more back than we are right now. Like, you want to talk about a scenario that would have sounded like pie in the sky. This is what everyone wants, but we know we won't get it. Like, this was it. Like, this ended up being the easiest fight, the quickest fight of Alex's whole career. I mean, they didn't look like they belonged in the same arena. And I know Joe Rogan gets clowned on his commentary sometimes, but I mean, like, he put it best. Like, it looked like Alex thought, this guy has nothing for me. I'm going to go right at him. And he's like, no setup, just storm the gates, put him out, knock him out. Like, absolutely unbelievable. And it totally we have to go back to the other fight because what the hell happened, right? If Alex could win this decisively, like, was he really sick or injured in that first fight? Like, because the only difference is that he forced forward pressure. He pushed him up against the cage, and I mean, as soon as he was there, he forced one stance switch due to his inside leg kicks, and as soon as he went orthodox is when Ankalaev got rocked by that right hand. And it didn't look like if you took away the beginnings of the fight, you would have thought Alex was the champion and he just beat some chump. It's like, nope, that was the champion who just won a couple months ago.
After that first fight, there was obviously some skepticism because it was still a competitive fight in that first fight. I mean, Alex had moments, but I thought especially Ankalaev won. But Alex, he told us after that fight that he had, injuries. I mean, later on we learned he said something about a rotavirus that he had prior to the fight, and then as well as like some hand injury, I believe he also mentioned. And I mean, I feel like we have no other choice but to believe that that was indeed the case because one, he looked completely different. His speed was back. I mean, his striking, I mean, looked much, much better than it did in the first fight. And then, I mean, just the way he steamrolled Ankalaev, there was just, I mean, I'm looking at the numbers here. Ankalaev landed 4 strikes, 1 minute 20 seconds. This is single ply TP resistance is what this is. Alex just completely rolled over him, man. And like, we saw it as well in the fight, man. Literally, as the bell rung, Alex like leaps forward with a massive shot. I mean, he came in there looking to make a statement against Ankalaev. Like, like you may have like beat me in the first fight, but that wasn't the best version of me. And I mean, he's 30. What is it? Alex is 38.
Yeah.
I mean, you really do not really you don't really see this that often in MMA. I mean, because he's definitely like, I mean, even we know he's very good, but he's definitely past his prime even at this point. And just, I mean, the fashion that he's beating people. I mean, whenever you lose titles, I mean, they're notoriously hard to get back. Just like the way the system works, it's harder to gain your title back. But in the fashion that he did it, man, it's just insane. I mean, this is what the fan base needed. This is what the UFC needed, and it was very fun to see. We were going crazy whenever it happened.
The Chama era continues.
Yeah, and now, I mean, like one of the good parts about this result is like we have more prospects for the future now. I mean, because now we're talking about, I mean, first of all, just to get this out of the way, there is absolutely zero chance there's going to be a trilogy here. Ankalaev is not getting a title shot for some time now. There's definitely not going to be Ankalaev versus Pereira 3. That is like absolutely not happening. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about who is Alex Pereira going to fight next now?
Yuri.
There's a few names that have been tossed around. Yeah, I mean, dude, they whenever Alex won, they cut immediately to Yuri. Yuri is so cool, bro. He was in the crowd whenever he saw Alex start grounding and pounding on Ankalaev. He was like actually brought to tears because, I mean, he like, and there were tears of joy, not of sadness, tears of joy, because I mean, I don't know, the way Yuri's mind works is hilarious because, I mean, he sees everything as like a storyline. Like, I think he actually wants to fight against Alex.
Oh,
the trilogy.
For sure
But, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I think he 100% wants it. I don't think it goes his way. I think Alex is just too good of a counter to Yuri's style. But I mean, if you ask Yuri who he wants, he'd definitely say next week, Alex Pereira versus me trilogy. I don't know if that's the way they're gonna go. We'll see. The Yuri knockout was definitely, a viral moment. But we're talking about names like John Jones. Yeah, we're talking about names like John Jones, Aspinall. I think those are the names we've got to start considering now for his next fights. I feel like UFC at this point, Alex is getting up there in age. He got this win back. Alex was the underdog in this fight. Do you want to keep testing it or like give him that like superstar fight? Him versus John Jones or him versus Aspinall, and you give him that chance at a three-weight title holder, or to become a three-weight title holder, which no one has ever done in UFC history. I feel like you have to give him that chance. I mean, the odds are obviously not in his favor, but I feel like you have to give him that chance.
Yeah, I think they may. Dana was oddly kind of mum on that idea. Like, he said, "Oh, we've got a lot of interesting matchups at light heavyweight, so why would we do that?" But really, it's only Carlos Ulberg, and that fight, to me, feels like a foregone conclusion. Like, Alex is going to knock him out, and which I feel bad for saying because Ulberg has worked for his title shot. But like, I'm going to be honest, that's how I see it going. He's going to get knocked out in the second or third round. So they should put him up with Aspinall. And Tom's got a fight coming up in like a month-ish, and Alex apparently broke his foot on Ankalaev checked one of his kicks with his knee, and so he may be out for a solid 4 months for that to heal. The timing should line up for Tom's next fight to be Alex if both guys wanted it. So I say just let him go for it. Let him try.
The majority of the time, like, as fans, like, the fights we want to see are, normally the champion is supposed to defend against the number one contender, or like, the obvious clear contender. And normally in this case, it would be, Oberg would probably be the first, or like the number one contender at this point, because Alex has already beat Yuri twice. But I gotta say, man, there are exceptions to that rule, and this is one of them. Like, Alex has reached that level of fame where, he's had a good amount of title defenses at light heavyweight already. You gotta give him this chance. It's a mega fight. Put him against Tom Aspinall. There's even rumors about him versus John Jones that Alex wanted to call John Jones out, but he didn't want to be like super disrespectful, considering that John Jones just lost his brother this week. But yeah, I mean, I feel like you have to give him this chance at a to become a three division champion.
Oh man, I would love to see that.
Dude, he's a special fighter.
He is.
Very special fighter.
Oh shit. Anything more for UFC 320?
Excellent card. They actually cooked with this one. This was really, really good stuff.
Yeah. This might be the card of the year, actually, so far. I mean, there's definitely like some good stuff on the horizon, but I mean, you had like the super exciting fight with Yuri, and Roundtree. You had Joe Pyfer, had a pretty crazy second round. Then you also have, Merab's domination over Corey Sandhagen, which was insane to see. And then you finished off with Alex just like completely steamrolling Ankalaev to regain his title. I mean, yeah, it was, the fight went on pretty late for me. It was like 1:30 whenever like everything finished. But I mean, the time was just going by so quickly. I mean, everything was like authentic. It just felt really fun.
All right. Well, let's put some notes in here. The social media handle, LVX Media Net. It's all one word. Follow us wherever you do your social media shit. I try to post on everything. If you can't find it, chances are we're not on it. Wherever you're listening, hit us with a rating. It helps push us up the search algorithm. And if you're feeling extra, leave us a review. And if you want to get rid of ads, patreon.com/LVXMediaNet. Ads are a bit lame now. Unfortunately, it's not just me telling you about some awesome shit that I got to try out. So, make peace with it. Or get rid of ads. That would probably be the most sound way to get over it. All right. What if a small natural step could make a profound difference in your daily well-being? Many of us grapple with everyday stress, looking for natural ways to support our mood, our mental resilience, and our overall vitality. The answer might lie in nature's wisdom. Support for this episode is from psilocybin, the powerful psilocybin mushroom in a convenient microdosing capsule. Revered in traditional practices, psilocybin is gaining recognition for its remarkable benefits in mental health. With psilocybin, you're choosing a natural path to holistic wellness. I feel it's incredibly important to say that this isn't a substitute for professional medical advice, it's just a really good supplement. Of the 3 blends, I've tried the Inner Peace blend, and I can tell you from the beginning I felt a greater sense of calm and mental clarity. I've been juggling with some unfortunate stressors, and I've been doing it with a lot more resilience. But psilocybin is more than just a supplement, it's a step towards a more harmonious you. If you want to have a look at what psilocybin has to offer, Go to lvx.be/soulcybin. That's SOULCYBIN. And use the code LuxMedia to get yourself a nice discount. Help us out a little bit in the process. Take the first step towards inner peace and clarity. Nurture your nature with nature. lvx.be/soulcybin. Use code LuxMedia. In today's connected world, your digital life is always on. You shop, you bank, you connect with friends and family. All of this happens online. But with every download, every click, there lurks a hidden danger: viruses and other cyber threats. One wrong move and your personal data, your photos, even your identity could be at risk. And that's a scary thought. You need more than just hope or vibes. You need proven protection. Support for this episode is from Malwarebytes. It's your digital shield, constantly detecting, blocking, and eliminating the nastiest shit that you can find online. Think of it as your personal cyber guardian, always on watch so that you don't have to be. With Malwarebytes, you can browse, bank, enjoy your online life with confidence. No more worrying about malware, phishing scams, ransomware, or any of that other nasty shit. Enjoy secure access to what matters most to you. Protect your digital world, protect your peace of mind. Take Malwarebytes for a trial run today. Go to lvx.be/MWB and invest in your online security today. There's that. Heading into our previews. Tuesday, October 14th, it is the end of Season 9. Dana White's Contender Series, Week 10. We got a heavyweight fight, a light heavyweight fight, and then other stuff. Friday, October 17th, One Friday Fights 129. The fights are free on YouTube, so if you're not watching, you're doing yourself a disservice. Unfortunately, they start at like 5:30 on the West Coast, so not the best, but it's all right. Saturday, October 18th, at the Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia. Rainier de Ritter versus Brendan Allen. Good stuff.
That's a real good one.
It's a really good fight.
De Ritter is in an opportunity where... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to go from the bottom up. Just
go for it.
What we got. Melissa Croden versus Tainara Lisboa. Bantamweight. Azamat Bekwev versus Yusri Belgaroui at middle. Stephanie Luciano versus Ravina Oliveira at strawweight. Kyle Prepolek versus Drew Dober at light. Danny Barlow versus Jordan Santos at middleweight. Bruno Silva versus Hyun-Sung Park at flyweight. And rounding off the prelims, Charles Jourdain versus Davy Grant at bantamweight.
That's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, Charles
Davy
Jourdain
Grant,
is solid.
Davy Grant. Yeah, both of these are solid fighters. Davy Grant, he has really fun fights. That's a very smart choice to have for the last fight in the prelims.
And moving into the main portion, Kyle Nelson versus Matt Fravola at lightweight.
Damn. Matt Fravola,
a good ass
he
fight.
got like brutally knocked out. He got brutally knocked out in his last fight, right?
He did.
Yeah. Hopefully it's been enough time, but yeah, this should be a good fight. Matt Fravola fights normally are like, I mean, they come with a steamroller for a reason.
Oh God, he fought. He fought last week. What? Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 2024. I thought it's September 28th, 2025. I'm like, are they trying to kill this man? No, it's been a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. After that last knockout, I'm glad he took some time off because I remember it being really bad. Hopefully, it's been enough time.
Moving up, Cody Gibson versus Ari Chilang at bantam. Manon Fiorot versus Yasmin Yazdavicius at flyweight.
It's a good fight.
Yeah,
This
it
is like an
is.
important fight for the woman. Yeah, I think Jasudavicius is on like a pretty good win streak at the moment. She's been like tearing through uh the field slightly, but if she gets this win, she's probably in line for a title shot, or at least getting very, very close to one.
Yeah, Fiorot is, I think, a top 5 contender.
Yeah, she just had her title shot against it's called Shevchenko. I mean, obviously she didn't win, but uh, you know, getting a win over at least a former challenger, I mean, that's big.
Second and fifth are their rankings.
Yeah,
Oh shit, Cheeto Vera versus Ayman Zahabi.
This is
it's
a
another
really
good
solid,
contender matchup.
very fan friendly matchup. Like there's gonna
Yeah,
be some
this should be
there's gonna
fun.
be some bombs thrown on this one.
Yeah,
Se-
I'm honestly not sure who is gonna win here. Like, I guess you have to favor Zahabi since it seems like he's coming up while Cheeto is going down. Is what it seems like. But I mean,
Cheeto gets hit.
Cheeto, I guess he definitely has more experience. But I mean, yeah, it should be a good fight regardless of who you favor.
They are 7th and 9th at bantamweight. Kevin Holland versus Mike Mallet.
Dude, again, this is good matchmaking. Is this like because you know how Kevin Holland was like bouncing between weight divisions, between welterweight and middleweight. I'm glad this one is at welterweight because I think he does better at this weight division. But this is good matchmaking. I think Mike Malott he's like one of Canada's like few prospects. They've got a few, but he's one of them. We'll see. He's been doing better recently after like remember a few years back, who was it like against Neil Magny or something like that, where he ended up getting knocked out like in the last round after being up. I mean, Kevin Holland is definitely someone who could also lay you out. So I mean, we'll see how it goes, but it's always a coin toss whenever Kevin Holland's in a fight, depending on which version shows up.
And main event. Rainier de Ritter versus Brendan Allen. Oof.
Yeah, I am sad that because the original main event was supposed to be RDR versus Fluffy, but Fluffy had to pull out due to injuries. But I mean, Brendan Allen that's a pretty good substitution as far as like replacement fighters go. So I'm still decently excited here. Let's see what RDR can do. I'm definitely gonna favor RDR here. I feel like though.
It's also a nice measuring stick moment because Hernandez took Allen to a decision, won that one. Can De Ritter do it better? I think that's going to be really interesting to see. And you're fighting someone ranked too, so it's like, hey, you gotta, if you want to keep your spot in the division, right, you've got to perform here. So
I'm not going to doubt RDR. He's the one person brought from an outside organization that continues to do well. So I don't want to bet against him.
Well, I guess we don't count. Yeah, I guess it's another MMA organization because I just realized that technically Alex came from Glory Kickboxing first, but I guess that's a sport change, so it doesn't really count, right?
Right.
So, yeah, De Ritter has been one of the very, very few successful, and he may even be the best. I mean, it sucks for him though. He's stuck in the Chimaev era, so I mean, we'll see. But I'm definitely rooting for him in this spot. I want to see him actually crack a title shot.
Yeah, same. That's it. That's all we got on the docket. Unless you have anything more for Fight Night 429. All right. Pop quiz hotshot. What's tiny, fuzzy, and responsible for a large portion of the food we eat? If you guessed bees, well, you nailed it. Seriously, 1 out of every 3 bites on your plate depends on bees. So there's a bit of bad news here. These little heroes of our gardens and dinners are struggling. Between habitat loss, climate change, and pesticides, it's a fucking bummer. Without them, our world would look a lot different and it would be a lot less delicious. But there is good news. Support for this episode is from Project Honeybees. So when you pick out something nice for someone special, or just something nice for yourself, your purchase adopts a queen bee that you get to name and get to watch over, and you'll support the protection of these extraordinary little creatures. Ready to make a statement and a difference? Go to lvx.be/bees and start browsing for your next gift. Your next favorite accessory can also be a lifeline for our buzzing buddies. Project Honeybees. Get yourself a nice little discount, help us out a little bit in the process, and help save the fucking world. lvx.be/bees. Use code LEO33862. Buzz, motherfucker. So, if you want to get yourself into the conversation, the phone line is 833-589-7637. The shit works on WhatsApp if you want to use that instead, but it's anonymous and unattended, so I don't check that shit. I don't even answer my own phone, so I'm not sure why you would think I'd answer this one. But if you want to talk to us directly, lvx.be/discord. You can check out the MMA sub community, and we can talk all the fights you want. So, with all that said, parting words.
Dude, UFC 320, man, special card. I'm definitely not gonna forget that one for a long, long time. I'm glad we were around for it. Had to get like immediate reactions for it. Special card. I think one of those that makes you like glad to be a fan.
Yeah, I mean, literally every good guy won on this card. All of our fan favorites came out on top, and I mean, blessing to watch. Be celebrating long into the night for all these guys.
All right. Well then, that's going to do it for this edition of the Ultimate Fucking Casuals. We'll see you on the other side of Rainier DeRitter versus Brendan Allen.